What's up YouTube? Here at Cafe Bloc, I'm gonna do a little bouldering session. My fingers are healing up really well, and so hopefully I get back to offsite and go do some hard crimping soon. But until then, I gotta do some more comp style stuff, more open hand stuff. And so yeah, today I'll be doing some slab, some pocket stuff. It'll be really cool. And also, I'd like to talk to you guys about like the most important question in climbing, and honestly in life in general, is the why. Why do you like climbing? Why do I like climbing? And obviously, I think that this is imperative for your entire life as well. Like, why do you do anything for your goals in life? And so, yeah, we'll chat a little bit about that, and hopefully that can allow you to like reflect a little and set more concrete and better goals surrounding your climbing life and your life in general. So I'm just gonna do a light warm-up because yesterday I tried to do some Instagram content and I completely went off the rails and did too much one arms. So we'll keep it light today. So just a little bit of hangboarding, maybe some pull-ups, and then we're good to go. Also, shout out Underground Climbing, sending me some chalk. I really want to do a chalk tier list video soon. Compare Rugby, Magdust, Underground to like Friction Labs to all the other ones. So let me know in the comments what type of chalks I should test. Anyways, let's get to it. First impressions, I actually really like it. It feels dry, which is kind of a weird thing to say about chalk, but it's interesting that like the thing that I notice most about chalk is, well, besides like texture, is like the humidity level. And I don't really know what humidity level that I like, but this one feels dry and nice. So right now I'm just warming up fingers, trying to do some like light stuff, just get the blood flowing. I actually really like just taking monos and just kind of lightly pulling on them. Ooh. Ooh. I really want to be able to do a one arm mono soon. Not soon, but like I want to do it just because I think it's so cool. Or maybe 2-finger pocket, shallow pocket. That'd be pretty cool too. Cool. Yeah, I'm really happy. Like my finger feels like it's healed, and I just need to retrain it. Like I don't know how to try hard on it yet anymore, so it'll be nice when I can. Oh man, my shoulders feel tired from yesterday. We'll do a couple more, then some pull-ups, and then we'll see how it goes. So yeah, why do I climb? It's a question that I've been not able to answer for a really long time. Like, if you didn't know, I graduated the bachelor's in philosophy from McGill University, and I really enjoy existentialism and phenomenology, and so the why was very at the forefront of my mind when I started climbing 4 years ago-ish now. It'll be 4 years in August. I was so enamored with this sport and I was doing it so much, I was so committed to it, but like I didn't really know why I was doing it or why I liked it. That was like the first question. Why do I even like this sport, and why am I so dedicated to it? Why do I like it? Like, what do I even like about climbing? And I think it was extremely hard to explain, just because climbing is so complicated, and when you're a beginner, like I'm still a beginner, but I'm a little more, I understand a little bit more about the whole thing now. It's just that like I didn't know enough about climbing to know what I liked about it. And now it's like coming more to like the forefront of my mind. I like moving. I like when things feel easy. Like I feel like I've mastered something. I don't really like trying hard in climbing, which is very interesting. I really love trying hard in the gym on the hangboard and stuff like that. But I think it's like so separate, and it's two very distinct things. So the reason I like climbing is because it lets me feel free to express myself on the wall. And getting stronger can help that, but I don't like it when it's the training sometimes. I'm kind of learning of this new approach to climbing, like for me, like personal approach to climbing, where it's like lock-offer style, like straight up just like destroying everything and going extremely static. And I find that very satisfying too. But it's a different approach that I have to take. And I'm mostly a comp climber, so you can't really do that in comp climbing that much. It's more about like the flow and moving your hips properly. And that's like what I really like also, mostly. So two very distinct and different things. But yeah, like I think that's one of the reasons why I don't like vert climbing that much. Is I don't like death crimping things. It just hurts, and it hurts my skin, and it hurts my tendons, and I don't have the best skin, so it's like I always feel like the friction's hurting me, and so like it's like not fun to me to just feel like your fingers are gonna explode, you know? And training definitely helps. It makes it feel like you can just hold things more easily. But in general, that's the style I don't really enjoy. And so that's like the first question you should ask, like, why do you even like climbing? And then you can go on to like, why do you climb, you know? And I'll answer that in a bit. I find this really nice, like going from drag to half crimp. Really loads the tendons nicely. Whoa! Nice, I feel good. I mean, I don't feel good, but I don't feel horrible, which is the best part. Okay, I think my fingers are pretty ready. I'm gonna warm a bit more on the wall. So that was enough to get the blood flowing and not get, you know, injured right away. So pull warm out. I like to do this really, like basically mega lache on the bar. I feel like it warms up my shoulders well. And then I like killing the momentum. I'm still figuring out how to do that the best way. Like it's a lot of abs and a lot of shoulders, bicep a little. Like I haven't figured out the best way to kill the swing yet, but it's a good way to learn. Because imagine like you're doing it on the wall, it's like way different. So it's good to practice that stuff. Woo. Yeah, my pulling's definitely tired today, but that's okay. The one goal I want to do is there's this V8, it's like pockets, and you campus, and I really want to just lock it off and static it. And I don't need pulling power to do that, just need some iso strength, which I think I'll have enough. Okay, let's go climb actually. I'm gonna start out on this V3. Should be light work, but maybe not. I tried to do a hook on my right there. That was nice and light. We'll try something else. Feel a little uncoordinated actually, so let's warm up a bit more. There doesn't seem to be a V4 on Slab, so I'm gonna try this V5 Coordo. Looks hard actually, really hard. Is that purple? I think it is. I was not ready for that. There's like a foot on this side. I don't know what it's for. Not bad. Happy I flashed that. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the video, consider supporting me by either subscribing, commenting, or buying a shirt or directly on Patreon. It really means the world to me, and my lovely Patreon members and the people who buy my shirts are like the reason why I can continue doing these YouTube videos. So if you're enjoying this and you're enjoying being part of the community, then consider supporting me. And if not, subscribe, like, costs no dollars. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Feeling pretty good. We'll hop on a V6 now. This one looks really tricky, so I'm expecting to do it. No negative talks. Yeah, I find like I've had bad inner talk when approaching boulders, and I just need to be more positive. Starting on dual text, dirty. Huh, interesting. It's too close. Oh, I want to flash it. I'm happy about that. Oh, yeah, I read the beta wrong initially, but got my foot. Basically, I just thought about like the opposition, how I got my right foot up first, and I was like, the balance point is all off because my hand and foot were so close. And so I was like, if I put my left foot, I could flag hard, and then the balance won't be an issue. And that's what worked out. A little less stable than I thought than I'd want to be, but I did it, so I'm happy. Let's go to the other side and see what's up. Get a better warm up, and I'll talk to you about why I climb. On the other side now, this side has a steeper wall angle, so it should be more fun, but I'm gonna go through the grades again to warm up the steep. So I'm gonna try this V4. Should be fun. And then I'll do a V5, V6, there's a cool V7. We'll try them all. Yep, that was very different. It's always important to realize like every different wall angle, every different style needs its own warm up, and yeah, I could feel I wasn't warm for that, even though I just did like some good slab. So yeah, let me sit down and I'll talk to you about why I climb. Okay, I really hope the music is fine. Well, like, so the reason why I climb is continuously getting like more muddled. Like, I don't climb because I care about being the greatest climber ever or performance or showing other people. This is the question that I still can't really answer, but I've been approaching it for a long time. And climbing is just, from what I see now, is like just a vehicle for what I want to do as a person. I would say I'm very interested in inspiring people and creating communities. And you could even see that with climbing. Like, one of the first things I really did was I started climbing, and then I was like, oh, I need other people to climb with. And that's how I like started like the climbing club at my university. Sure, yeah, climbing is like a physical outlet that I was missing for quite a while, but I think that's really all it was. It's like I could have been sucked into almost like any other sport, but it just so happened that climbing is a sport that got me. A lot of people like to say that like climbing is special and that there's something really special about climbing, but I don't really think so. Like, the longer I'm in climbing, the more that I see that it's like every other sport. Sure, because it's like younger, and sure, it's a different crowd than like classic sports, classic team sports, hockey, football, soccer, like obviously. But in the end, people are people, and there's arguably way crazier things happening in the climbing community. And I think people are really blindsided by the kindness that is there. Like, sure, on face value, it's really there, but once you really get into climbing, it all becomes the same, in my personal opinion. And so the why do I climb has really come to the forefront recently for me, because I've had, like, since graduating university in April, it's just been like, there are only so many things that you can do in life and prioritize, and so often climbing is the first thing to go. So like right now, what's on my plate is I need to pay my rent and for food. So I have my marketing job at Offsite. That pays the bills in a steady way. And it's also not just a job. Like, I'm really proud to work at Offsite, and I'm really grateful for them to like trust me in this position. Like, I don't have any classical training in marketing or social media management besides my own experience. And I would say I'm very good at my job, but of course, like, when you're hiring someone, it's much easier to hire someone with a nice paper and everything. But they've given me a really amazing trust to make them look as good as possible. And I'm really proud of my work that I do there, and I think it's a really great community. So there's that. So job to pay rent and food, that's like consistent. Like, I don't have to worry about if I make enough money or not. Like, that's there. And then I have Rage, which is my own business, which is filming competitions, supporting athletes. Like, I think that is way bigger than anything that I personally can do in climbing. Like, it's kind of in climbing, but it's more about professionalizing climbing, commercializing climbing. Commercializing is probably the wrong word, but professionalizing. Like, I want athletes to be professionals, not just athletes. Like, pro climbing is not just being really good at climbing, unless you're, even if you're the GOAT, you have to do some type of professional media, professional training. You have to be a professional. And I think young climbers don't see that enough. And I think by becoming more professional, we can increase the amount of money in our sport, etc. So I think that's super important, and it's a super cool community, and the comp climbing community is really amazing. So that's why I really that's why that's so important to me. Next is YouTube. Of course, like, YouTube is one of the most amazing things. Like, you guys watching this, just commenting, it makes it so tangible that people are getting inspired to try harder, to be better, and hopefully, like, I want to inspire you to be better people. And I mean, this is like partially the direction. Like, the original YouTube that I wanted to do was like philosophy, climbing, like whatever. And I think by having these conversations, like, you can like introspect, and introspection is super important part of being a human being. And so it just is so amazing that I can inspire inspire people, and that goes the same with Instagram. And those both take up quite a lot of time. So especially for like the amount of money it makes, it doesn't really make that much money, but for me it's all worth it in terms of it makes me feel fulfilled to inspire people. And then of course I have a lovely girlfriend. I want to have a family with her. I want to have a really strong relationship with her, and she's number one. So all of that, and then I have my own personal climbing, and so often it's climbing the thing that is taking a back seat, because, which is normal. Like I still do my athletic activity, being health is super important and everything, but if I wanted to be the greatest climber I could ever possibly be, personally, I would have to drop everything. Like climbing would just be the only thing that I would be able to do, and I know how much better I would be if I could do that, but I can't. There are just other things that are more important. And so why do I climb is a question to still be answered, but climbing is not my life. And like I was saying, I think it's like a vehicle to inspire people and build community, and that has found me, and that I found it. And I can explain a bit more with the existentialism, but I want to climb a little bit. So I'll come back. V5 bucket cribs. Let's go. I'm gonna try to do it as static as possible. And there you go. It's always surprising how much more endurance you need to like climb something like super static. It's so interesting, like you think it's just all like mega power, but honestly it's mostly endurance. And that's the V8 I want to do with the pockets, so it should be extremely fun. We'll see, I'm feeling it, can't lie. We'll do a V6, a V7, and then we'll try that. Never forget, drinking water is super important. Okay, I'll try a V6. This black V6 actually looks tricky, not gonna lie. Yeah, kind of tricky. The positions were a little hard. Ah! I would say I had to try on that a little bit, but that was fun. Next is a Coordo V7, and then we'll get on that 8. Okay, V7 Coordo. Ah, chalk. Let's do it. Looks really fun. This foot is very high. Ah! Should I go? Do I even need to? Oh, it's kind of bad. Yeah, you didn't really need to Coordo that. Oh! That was kind of fun. Okay, gotta do the V8 now. Whoa. But first I'll chit chat about existentialism. I have no clue if this angle is looking good at all. Existentialism, yeah, so what was I saying? Like, it's a really popular idea it's the main issue in existentialism. It's that there is either Sartre calls it bad faith, Camus calls it like philosophical suicide, Kierkegaard calls it the sickness unto death, and it's basically all of these ideas of not being yourself. They're all slightly different, and that's why they have all different takes on it. But for me, like, they all have like a place, and they all hit on different aspects of it. Sartre it's called Bad Faith, and he has a really famous example that he writes in Being and Nothingness, where he describes a waiter who is not being himself, but just being a waiter, like doing things because it's his job. It's like kind of the same thing. Like, are you being you, or are you just being like a student? Are you like doing your homework on time because that's what a good student is supposed to do, or do you actually enjoy academia? Is this actually what you want to do? And there are like stages to it where like I think most people don't even like acknowledge that it's a question in the first place, about like why they're doing things. So, and that's why this why question is so important. Like, they don't even recognize that they're kind of just doing instead of being. And those are very philosophically charged words, so it doesn't really mean anything to you. But yeah, that's why, like, to be me is to inspire people, to create communities, to have a fulfilling life, to have a family, have a kid, to inspire my kid, to be a great role model, to be kind. And those are the things that I care about. I don't care about climbing. Like I care about climbing because right now it's the thing that I do. But like, if I couldn't climb, I would be sad because I couldn't climb. But I wouldn't be sad in this, like, in a deeper sense, and like, this is who I am and now I'm destroyed kind of way. And I think a lot of people are kind of in that way with whatever they're doing in life. Like obviously, like bad things aren't just gonna happen, you know. But like, if bad things happen and you couldn't do the thing that you were doing, then you would have like an existential crisis, existentialism. But if you're doing things from a perspective of being you and who you are, then it doesn't matter what you do, because it's just an outlet to express yourself, to be yourself. And so maybe down the line my answer will change, but like at the moment, the question, why do I climb, can only be answered with, I have no clue why I climb, or like it just came to me first, or it's just one of the things that came to me. Like I was saying, like I do a lot of other things, and climbing tends to be the thing that comes off the table like first. Why is that? Not to say like it's not important, and I'm not grateful for like everything that climbing has allowed me to do. Like, it has literally allowed me to do all the other things that I am doing that is pushing it off the table. But it's just that climbing itself is no longer the greatest vehicle to being truly myself. I don't know if that made any sense to you. Ask any comments down below. If you're interested in like this topic at all, and you want to try doing some philosophical reading, academic philosophy, I think it's really hard because these guys are really complicated. But Camus, The Myth of Sisyphus, and that's why I'm not wearing my raid shirt today, because I need to do my laundry, but that's why that shirt was important to me, because it's such an important book to me. I've read it a lot of times, and it describes like the first, well, I can't say it for YouTube, but just like read the first line. In the end, that one's a really approachable book. Sorry, I can't say much about it. I don't want to spoil it, and I don't want to get censored by YouTube. Just go read the first line of the book. That one is one of the more approachable ones. The paragraph about Sartre describing the waiter example is also very relatively approachable. It's very dense. Like, read it once, and then go do the rest of your day, and then read it again, and then read it again. And if you've never done academic philosophy reading, like, it's gonna sound like it's gonna feel weird to do, but it's really worth it, and it's really rewarding to just like keep going back to these passages, because they're so dense, and there's no, like, for me, I've read The Myth of Sisyphus like 4 or 5 times, and literally every single time I come back to read it, I learn something new. Like, you just live more life. So yeah, and Kierkegaard's The Sickness Unto Death is a really great one too, but more complicated. He's an earlier author, so it's a little more it's also like heavily religious, So depending on if you like that or not, he was a Christian, but it still has, he's like the first existentialist. So it's a very interesting to read as well, if you're just interested in the topic. So yeah, I'm gonna try this V8. Okay, so this V8 super cool. Dyno at the beginning, pocket, rose move. I'm gonna try to absolutely destroy it in static. That would be really cool. That's for the Instagram content, hopefully. You always gotta flex for the Instagram content. Oh. If I whiff the first dyno, it's gonna be super cringe. Oh, I nearly fell there. Oh, it's not even a dyno. Oh, you can't. Ah! Okay, good flash. I wish there was more pockets. Okay, two things. I wish there was more pockets so I could completely static it. And two, I definitely cheated. I saw Antoine, the setter's video on Instagram. And so if I didn't know that, to put the heel on the right at the end, I probably would have tried to like dyno to the end or something stupid and definitely would have fell. So reading beta is hard, but there's the V8. I want to talk to you guys a little bit like, okay, now that we talked about like the why do you climb and how that makes it, why it's important to know why you climb for your training, like, because it allows you to approach your climbing in an important way, in a more holistic way, and then that way you don't have as many disappointments or excitements, like you're just more, it's just all happy at that point. So I'll get to that after in a bit. Okay, so why is it important to like know why you're climbing? Like for me, knowing that climbing is like a vehicle for my being me, like I also want to be really great at climbing, but like other things are more important and it's okay for me to let go. And by knowing that it's okay for me to let go of like pure 100% performance, it makes me less like emotional about my performance day to day. Like I know I'm not pushing my climbing hard to the limit, but that's okay now. Like before I was like, I want to be the best climber possible. I want to do so well at nationals. I want to do all of these things on top of doing everything else. And all it did was make me burn out, and it made everything else worse. You know, I was burnt out. Like my climbing suffered, my work suffered, my creativity suffered, like everything was bad. And if you do that to yourself, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot on the things that actually matter in your life. On the other hand, if climbing is your life, if you are one of those top athletes, that can allow you to like get rid of everything else, you know? Like that means that climbing is number one and that everything else can go. Like what do you need to do that thing that is like kind of random and you just like said you would go but you don't really want to go, but you like have to because you feel obliged to? Like just cut it out. You don't need to do it. There are so many things that people feel like they want to do or need to do, when in reality it's like, is it supporting your goal? What is your goal? If your goal and your why of why you're climbing is to be the greatest climber you can possibly be, you personally, then you shouldn't let anything get in the way of that. And the same with me, like if creating community and inspiring others and helping others reach their dreams is the most important thing to me, then I can't let anything else get in the way of that. If having a family and raising strong kids and being inspiring to them and being healthy for them and being able to run around and play with them and stuff is the most important thing to me, then like I need to realize that is super important, and I can't get burnt out on work, I can't get injured, I can't, like all these things, right? And so asking yourself why and having a really clear image of what your purpose is, what being you is, your being, what is that to you? It lets you just shape your life around that. And if it is truly the most important thing, then everything else needs to go. Basically that. And that's how you live a fulfilling, purposeful, meaningful life, according to existentialism, which I think is hella real, you know? Okay, so I'm probably gonna end the vlog here. I'm gonna go sauna. I'm gonna probably do a little bit more Slab and stuff, but I just wanted to have like a fun session here, do things I know I would do. Like, I didn't fall today, which is like, I'm just having fun and being happy. I'm gonna spend some time on the terrace, enjoy the sun, and yeah, that's good. So I hope I hope that let you like think about something, and I hope that was enjoyable, and I hope you enjoyed your time with me here. And go try hard and go find out what that important thing is to you, because you deserve to be happy, you deserve to have a meaningful life, and you deserve to chase your dreams. So be you. Like, subscribe, YouTube, all that stuff. Comment down below if you learned anything, and I'll see you guys next week.